Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning power, talk meaning use your words. All right, so Bibi's balls, and the guy's got balls, right? Of course, this guy. But for fuck's sakes, dude, it's like if you're over the age of 45, 50, whatever, you'll realize that Israel and Iran have been slapping each other around with their stepchild or whatever, Gaza and Palestine and all that other stuff, and you know, in the bank there. But it's the thing that I am just dumbfounded is, I mean, Ted Cruz was just on Tucker Carlson, and he basically exposed himself for not having a justifiable reason of why he's so far up Bibi's butt, right next to his balls, and many others. And it's kind of, you know, I get the history, I get the APAC. There's people out there that are getting lots of money from APAC, and that's understandable. But who's the guy that said get rid of Citizens United? Who was that guy? Yeah, me. Right? Who didn't do anything about Citizens United? Who are those people? What party was that? The Democrats. Right? And the Republicans. It's just, we're now at the place where these lobbying bodies, giant lobbying bodies, are just getting in the way again into what the 99.9% of the people in this country really need and want. Right? We want, I mean, look, eggs have gone down. Awesome. Gas has kind of stabilized and gone down a little bit. I get it. But your utility bills are fucking still crazy. Right? And getting worse. My bill, well, my bill is my bill is usually about $80. Now it's twice that. For some, I like, what the fuck just happened? Nothing's. If they don't get you coming, they get you going, and it's just. Look, again, it's only been about 160, 170 days. We're halfway through the year, coming up here pretty soon. And, you know, July 4th is just around the corner. I can't wait for that because I love shooting bottle rockets at my grandson, and he likes shooting them at me, which I think is fun. But no, we don't do that. I'm just kidding. Jordan, how you doing, man? Yeah, APAC is corrupt. I was watching Dr. Shiva today, and he's still not getting it, but everybody that loved my question in regards to, hey, Dr. Shiva, why don't you create a blood or saliva test that can test to see who's actually taking the mRNA COVID vaccine? And everybody was in for it in chat. They said, that's a great question. And I said, if anybody could do it, Dr. Shiva can. But for some reason, I've approached him about this for 3+ years. I've approached him from many different directions in the chats and however I could. You know, I think I need to be a little more persistent. I can probably email him. I think I have his email from a long time ago, which I think I asked him that question. But he's just, I don't know. I mean, how else you could easily expose who the celebrities, the politicians, the corporate leaders, the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, you know, who actually took that thing. That, in my opinion, and I think it's, you know, again, full disclosure, this is just perspective. You know, this is just me theorizing and just me with my own conclusion. I do believe that particular vax is a genocidal bioweapon. For sure. And if you think I'm wrong, then the numbers are coming out more and more as time is going by, and they're getting worse in regards to the adverse effects and the deaths, which is a lot worse than people thought or expected. I love plums. Here's the thing, and I think this is most important. Back to Trump, Bibi. It seems as though, and Trump put this out the other day, or earlier today, praising, stroking, petting, embarrassment and chaos. Bibi Netanyahu was a warrior. That's part of it. Despite all this, I just learned that Bibi has been summoned to court, and he's trying to protect him because they want him to go face, which I absolutely believe he should, crimes against humanity or the Nuremberg Code or whatever you want to fucking use. The guy's, I mean, I'm not saying, and here's, I got to do this fucking disclosure. I'm not a Hamas. I'm not, full Islamic or whatever. You do whatever religion you want. You believe in whatever God or gods you want to believe in or not. It's up to you. That's your thing. But deep down inside, it's up to you on who you want to support and who's doing what to who. And I mean, if you go through that, I'll just kind of scroll through it just so you can see parts of it. Unheard of. What is it? It's a horror. He has going through this horror show since May of 2020. Unheard of. This is the first time sitting Israel Prime Minister has been on trial. Politically motivated case concerning cigars, Bugs Bunny doll, and numerous other unfair charges. Dude, you don't know this. So I don't know who in the fuck is in your ear, but you really need to be careful with Bibi. And Bibi's balls, stop fucking gurgling on them, bro. I mean, fuck. I mean, this guy would. When has this guy ever stood up to you? I mean, stood by you when you've been in shit and crap, right? Now, what's also interesting, and he recently, after he did this supposed ceasefire treaty, 12 days and all this other stuff, Netanyahu, as I knew it was going to happen, I fucking said it, I believe, on my last show, Netanyahu's going to break the fucking treaty, and he's not going to listen to Trump, and he's just going to start fucking doing his genocidal crap again. And I fucking nailed it. I nailed it. And I'm going to show you what Trump's response to that was. If I can find it. It's right here. Come on.
But what we did with...
No. Violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. When I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that? About that. You know what? We basically have two.
Look at his hand motion. What that does, let's go back. I got to show you this. Let me show you this hand motion.
About that.
That hand motion is that moment when he says, you know what, just let me fucking tell you what's going on. Let me just give it to you straight. Of what he knows, of what he believes, of what his information, of where his information is coming from. Keep in mind, most of the people in his cabinet are AIPAC. He's getting this and this here from AIPAC supporter, corrupted shitfuck, and this here and that here from all different directions. Right? The only person I know that's not that's in his cabinet, I think, is Tulsi Gabbard, which she's fully against it. And then you also have MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's totally against the fucking all this shit with Netanyahu. Yeah, she's not a fan of Bibi, and she doesn't goggle his balls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, he's. And then he writes this. It's just, it doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You're praising this guy. I mean, what else are you? You're just praising this guy. Let me see. Let me try around Bibi, Netanyahu's trial should be canceled immediately or a pardon given to a great hero who has done so much for the state. What state? Not us. Who the fuck is writing this shit? Tell me this Trump's actually writing. I don't know. But this is I mean, he's gagging on these nuts. I mean, it's embarrassing. I've never seen him just treat somebody with such idolism, or like he's a savior. He's this hero. A great hero at that, who has done so much for who? For who? The guy's been trying to drag us into a fucking ground war and nuclear war, whatever fucking shit, for decades. Perhaps there is no one that I know who could have worked in better harmony with President of the United States, me, than Bibi. Yeah, it seems like somebody else is writing this for you, dude. I don't know who this is, but then Bibi and then it was the United States of America that saved Israel, and now it's going to be United States of America that saves Bibi. What? He's not worth it. Gosh darn it. He's not worth it. It's just crazy. Why you're fucking pissed off here. I get it.
I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Anytime you get this guy, when he's pissed, kind of like my dad. He's what? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Bibi knows what he's doing. He doesn't give a fuck about you, bro. He could care less. Dude, the more it's like that. Like I think I said this in my last show. It's like that kid down the street that keeps coming into your house, and you know is trouble, and you're hoping that your kid, right? That your kid is smart enough to not fucking do the stupid shit that this kid's already been known to do. Yeah, that's what you're hoping for. And then this shit. This is what we don't want. And Bibi doesn't care. He would love it. Right? It's Bibi equals Zelensky, for fuck's sakes, bro. Bottom fucking line. Bibi is Zelensky. Zelensky is Ukraine. Right? Ukraine is and still is or was a gigantic money laundering scheme. Is that what this is? Or do you think there's a righteous thing that this guy's doing? He's shit. I hope that this trial fully exposes, and it's the sad part about this, if that trial, whatever trials, even if it starts, even if it happens, which pretty sure it won't. They're just charges, right? And he's not going to show up. He's not going to fucking ask her questions. He's not going to, they can bring out whatever they want because he knows he's protected by us. All hail the supreme leader. Yeah, the supreme leader being, it seems like Bibi. Hey, Brian S., how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's just, I am trying, look, there's a history of Israel and Iran that has been going on for a long freaking time. Let me see if I can, let me just grab. Yes, Bill Maher has decided to leave or get close to leaving or is dissing the Democratic Party and might go. I think he likes Trump. I just don't think he completely likes the Republican Party because they got some, like John Toon and Tillis and just some fucking assholes. Some Republicans, I call them. Rhino Republicans. Demoncrats, which are congressional leaders that are compromised and corrupt, and some of them are just fucking, my opinion, satanic demons. I mean, they're pretty fucking crazy. Let me go to here. There was a thing that wasn't that Jeffrey Sachs. He's been going at it. Ian Carroll, great to see him on Liberty Vault. You guys should check that out. Bibi flips off Trump. Pretty much. He's not your friend, man. You really, I don't know who wrote that. I just don't believe it's from you. I don't believe it's from Trump. I think either, I mean, what kind of leverage is this? If this guy's violating something that you created, I mean, let's fucking look at this seriously. If they violate, if Bibi just said, fuck you, I ain't listening. I'm not listening to you. If you think I'm going to listen to you, that's what he did. He fucking kicked you in the balls and said, you're welcome. That's what he just did. And then now you're fucking gargling on him. Gurgling. Right? I mean, shit. It's just getting sad. You need the guy is trouble. He's worse than, I mean, Zelensky is shit, but this guy is really fucked up. Yeah, everybody's talking about Theo Von, Canada's. Israel is not an ally of America. They're not. Thomas Massey. I mean, you think all these people, Matt Gaetz, one of my favorite dudes. I was wondering why he didn't fucking. I'm kind of weird that Trump didn't stick up for him. Carrie Lake is. I don't know why she needs to ask Trump to go tell Doge to go in and fucking take a look at Arizona. I mean, go look at the entire process. I guarantee you, and mark my words and remember this, that every blue state that is currently out there within the past 4 to 6 years has been literally using Dominion and other voting machines to cheat and rig elections. I would guarantee it. And if those did their job and went into that field and went state by state by state, I guarantee you would see it in Hawaii. I guarantee you'd see it in Oregon. Definitely in California, Colorado, whatever else is out there. Massachusetts, Wisconsin, I'm trying to remember. Pennsylvania's kind of fucked up. And then, Tucker slams. There's just all kinds of shit. Manchurian candidate was this. Yeah, I talked about this new thing that that's kind of moving backwards a little. Why is that in there? Yeah, Walls is a fuck. God, that guy is just disgusting. Oh yeah, and then Candace Owens exposes Ted Cruz on the Bible. I mean, he totally misquoted it. Not that I knew that, but and then new information came out 5 days ago in regards to the scan underneath the pyramids, and it's starting to be more credible. The auto pen, oh my God! I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, it's just you honor the pardons or you don't pardon, and all the you know. I'm telling you right now, Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell created Stop the Steal in like right after November happened, of the general election being basically stolen from Trump. And they knew it. They saw it. And we all saw the videotapes, boarded up rooms, ballots, people fucking stuffing ballot boxes. I mean, there was all kinds of shit. And that stuff has been exposed already. There's just so much information on that. And then COVID helped. It was all part of the plan to prolong. You know, I went in here to Ballotpedia and I showed you what states extended their time of having more time to rig and count and doctor, or let's say, what is that called? As they were trying to basically just put false information on these ballots, on these voting ballots. It's basically what happened. You know, they were changing and modifying. It's all there. I guarantee you it's all there. You know, and then Tulsi Gabbard about 2 months ago came out and said, hey, by the way, we have proof and documents showing that 2020 was fucking rigged. You know, Kash Patel's brought that up too, but nothing's fucking happening. Nothing's happening. It's still same old. Bibi's still, you know, getting his freaking nuts licked on by the fucking every goddamn president that we've ever had. Excuse my language. And it's just crazy. Maui's still screwed. They're not building it back. They're still making their smart city. Just letting you know. MTG went at it. Yeah, fucking Tulsi did not like what was going on either. Tulsi did not like what was going on in regards to what Trump was doing with this. You know, a lot of us were concerned, of course. You have to be. We're talking a major attack. Major. Yeah, there's so much about Iran and Israel that people need to know. There was this one part that I think I should... Leonardo, Joni. By the way, I'm not going to be able to make it to that show. I bought a ticket, but I've got to get up early the next morning. I'm flying out to Arizona for a big insurance conference called Shift. And a lot of my buddies and a lot of people are going out there. A lot of business partners. And I've got to get that going. It's very important. Anyway. Let me just show this real quick. I think this is interesting. That Tucker slams deranged Fox News for scaring you into... Yeah. Oh, they did. Oh, this is the one. You gotta watch this. We're gonna watch this. That'll come up. Hang on.
Their sites almost immediately. There, Donald Trump, like, you know, God, basically. Not much on Hannity at all, personally. And he likes Trump. I don't know Kayleigh McEnany, what she thinks of Trump, but Ted Cruz, Barry Weiss, Lindsey Graham, and Mark Levin hate Donald Trump. They're all never Trumpers. Well, I mean, you know, one of them, Ted Cruz, ran against him. Right. You know, so like, right. These are people who hate Donald Trump. I'm not guessing.
They're
I know them all.
They're like Nikki Haley supporters.
100%.
Right.
Ron DeSantis.
There you go.
I've always liked Fox and been grateful to them. This is really the first time I've attacked them, but I think it really matters. I think this is a fair representation of what's on Fox's air right now. Okay, here it is.
The greater risk would be to do nothing. In the face of a clear and present danger, the world cannot experience another Holocaust.
If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, I think the odds are unacceptably high that we would find out with a mushroom cloud over New York City or Los Angeles or Tel Aviv and Israel. Israel is doing an enormous favor to the United States right now.
A nuclear Iran is not just an existential threat to Israel, it is an existential threat to America. Take these enemies not just figuratively, not just seriously, but literally. When they say they want a second genocide, they want a nuclear holocaust, they mean it.
If we need to provide bombs to Israel, provide bombs. If we need to fly planes with Israel, do joint operations. But here's the bigger question. Wouldn't the world be better off if the Ayatollahs went away and replaced?
Yeah, so the Republicans are starting to really expose themselves, and Israel is that pathway for them. It's Israel has opened the door and showed you who's actually for peace and who's actually for Ukrainian Zelensky type money laundering war forever. Yeah. And it's just, I'm just surprised as fuck. I mean, there's a few more.
But something better? Wouldn't Iran be better off?
America First is not sitting in a beach chair and using words. It's taking decisive action when we can take out Fordo with one swoop of an airplane.
What the hell is it going to take to realize what we're up against here? This country should be united in its own defense. Nobody's dragging us into anything. It's not the Jews, it's not Israel again. No. Long range, intercontinental.
What? What the fuck is this guy saying? He's just pontificating. It's bullshit.
Ballistic missiles with nuclear warheads are for you and me and your children and your grandchildren.
That's what's airing on Fox.
That's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy talk. I don't know how else to say it. That's just fucking crazy talk. He's trying to tell you it's okay to go to war. It's just fuck. Are you crazy? I think there was. There's more. Fuck your ceasefire. I want you to watch this. This is good. I'd like you guys to watch this. Thank you for listening. This is all good, interesting information.
Hello.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Hello, I'm CJ Werleman, and in this episode, we explain why Palestinians and the rest of the world can't coexist with the State of Israel. But first, please remember to like and subscribe to our show. Now let's get into it. Take a moment to enjoy these all too rare photographs of Palestine during the early 20th century. You see Muslims, Christians and Jews navigating the old city's narrow lanes in the 1920s. A baker selling his wares to customers of all religious faiths in the 1900s, and a mother preparing a meal for her children in the 1910s. Every one of these photos tells a remarkable story. A story about life in Palestine before the mass unlawful migration of Zionist Jews from Europe during the 1920s and 1940s, which brought an abrupt end to centuries of peaceful coexistence between Muslims, Christians and Jews. It's critically important that everyone knows this historical truth about Palestine, because Israel allocates a great deal of energy and resources to rewriting the past and evangelizing its fabricated history. For this reason, journalists have a responsibility to amplify and elevate Israeli historians who stick hard to the facts and reject Zionist propaganda. I mean, take Menachem Klein, for example. He's a senior lecturer at Bar Ilan University in Tel Aviv, and author of this book, which narrates the peaceful and happy coexistence between Arabs and Jews during the 1800s and early 20th century. He said that Muslims cooperated respectfully with their Jewish neighbors, helping them pump water before the Sabbath, spending time together during religious festivals and ceremonies, and in some instances, pursuing interfaith relationships and marriages. Some Muslim parents even sent their children to Jewish schools to learn more about the Hebrew language and Judaism.
This isn't new news. This has been known for a long time. I could show you countless videos of how Iran used to be, there used to be a coexistence. But what I believe, and I've got to show you this because I noticed in Trump, and I'm going to bring up this word, Auschwitz, like the prison camp of the Holocaust, Nazism. And I've stated this a long time ago, years ago. And let me just show you. And I brought up several different videos on this, but let me just show you this real quick.
Was shklonik. So he changed it from will be blown. You're going to be blindsided. Every single Israeli prime minister has a fake name. Did you know that? I was just talking about Ben Gurion. Do you know what his original name is? It's Grun. Gruen. He changed it to make it sound more Jewish and sound more Middle Eastern. Do you know what Netanyahu's real name is? It's not Netanyahu, it's Milkovsky. I swear to God, go and look it up. You'll find Milkovsky. That's his real name. Remember what Israelis are. Israelis are European Jews. They don't come from Palestine. But they want you to make you believe. They want to make believe and make you believe that they come from this area, that they are indigenous to the land, that they're so Jewish, right? Even though they have no connection. So they changed their names. Here's another one. Moshe Sharat. His name is Chertok originally. You've got Levi Eshkol. Eshkol was Shklonik. So he changed it from Shklonik to Eshkol. Then you have Yigal Alon. His original name, Peikovitz. Golda Meir, Israel's first female prime minister. Her real name is not Golda Meir. It's Mabovich. Mabovich.
Golda my ass.
More like mad bitch. We have Yitzhak Rabin, right? His name is not Rabin. It's Rubitsov. Are you seeing the pattern? These are Eastern European names, not Palestinian, not...
Hey, Cheryl, I'm seeing that. Yeah, I'm not sure when he changed the name or if he really did, but I know, and the point I'm getting to this, and you and I have talked about this, I'm going to say this, and I think this will kind of put it together. If you believe that Adolf Hitler, the mass murdering psychopath that the Soviet Union at the time lost 27 million soldiers and collateral damage, men, women, and children, to fight against Germany when I think we lost maybe 445,000, maybe 500,000 compared to 27 million. And we're the heroes, right? You got to look up the history. But if you believe that Hitler actually let people go or people escaped from Auschwitz, Holocaust, prison camp, and they came over here and they went everywhere, as I said, oddly, a lot, and it's been proven, you can look it up, a lot of Hitler's top brass, highest ranked officers were a part of NATO. Let me see. Hitler kind of disappeared. I guess he was in Brazil or something. but he disappeared or lost about 45, and then about 3 or 4 years later, 5 years later, all of a sudden NATO is created. But the Auschwitz Nazism, which means that a lot of people that came from Germany became all of a sudden Jews. And I think they're part of this giant World Economic Forum, World Health Organization, Chatham House, you fucking name it. There's a British Parliament Act that's in it too. Just letting you know, there's so many avenues of this, and they've created this gigantic regime, club, entity, group, handful of people, rich, powerful people, and they're controlling a lot of us. They're really controlling, you've got to look. I put it all together. I think a few people have kind of put this together, or these dots together, or equated, this with that, and came up with the same conclusion I have. Is Auschwitz Nazism is actually out there. There's a bunch of Aryan people like Margaret Sanger. They're the genocide people. I think Bill Gates is probably in there. These are the people that want 2/3 of the population to fucking go away or die so they can hoard the rest for themselves. That's the end game. I've told you about this. And I know this is hard for a lot of people to understand, but I put these dots together years ago. And they've did the dots and the lines connected, the string that's connected to each dot from my research, my investigations, all the stuff that I've read and seen and heard, not just on YouTube. I read articles. I go back in libraries. I check books and articles. And I found that these strings are getting thicker and stronger to the dots that I put in place. There's a group of people out there. It's like it's an Aryan group, nation of, and only they. Okay, they're eugenicists. The eugenicists. Only they have the bloodline. Only they are the righteous people. They're fucking out there. And it's really, it's not an Illuminati kind of thing, right? It's not really, which could be part of it. I don't fucking know. Probably there's a few ties. I haven't even gone in that direction yet, but I could. But there's a group of people out there that for sure have been advertising this. That their bloodline and them, not just white or Anglo-Saxon, whatever, that they are the chosen people. And there's a group of them out there. And that's the way Hitler thought. That was his basis. That was his foundation. Everybody around him, right? If you know who Klaus Schwab is, he runs the World Economic Forum and just kind of stepped down, and some other idiot's running it who looks like fucking Doctor Who. He's got a bad eye. Dr. Evil, back to Doctor Who. It's just fucking crazy. They all kind of look the same. It's hilarious, but it's alarming at the same time. They totally fit the characters very well. Very well. But they're also the same people that want you to be masked up, be 6 feet apart, take 1,000 vaccines in your lifetime, want you to take every known medication out there on the planet as much as possible. They are okay with all the processed foods. They want you to get rid of the greatest source of nourishment for the human body, because the human body has been eating this source of nourishment for hundreds, maybe millions of years. It's called meat. When it's cold, there's no plants, there's no fruit. There might be root down under the ground. But if you need a quick meal and you want nourishment, where do you get it from? A rabbit, a gopher, a rat if you have to. But this was commonplace for hundreds of thousands of years. Our body has been digesting tallow forever. Forever. I'm just going to say fucking forever. And then the Flexner report comes out, and I think 1910, 1912, and just gets rid of natural medicine. Stuff that's been used forever and ever and ever. Stops all of that. Jimmy Dore knows a lot, but I don't know if he understands the end game. And that it's still in play, and they still want it to happen. And I'm very concerned that he's just got to say it. I tried to warn the guy, don't take the fucking vaccine, but you know what? He took it twice. I can get you being fooled once, but you got fooled twice. I shouldn't say anything because I believe Bernie twice. Believing Bernie now is stupid. And by the way, Joe Rogan was so fucking easy on Bernie. He keeps his viewers. They weren't too crazy. But this is about Bibi's balls. And that's what we're getting to. And Bibi's probably one of them. I think Bibi is a Auschwitz Nazi. Have you ever seen that movie, Rocket Man? The Rocketeer. And they have this Hollywood star. What's his name? Sequin or something. And the Rocketeer is fighting, and then he finds out that this Hollywood star is Auschwitz. He's a Nazi. I think they're fucking everywhere. I really think they're everywhere. My grandfather is German. He didn't hide from it. His name is Heinz, Hinds. My grandfather is young. He's Chinese Hawaiian. But my grandmother is full Hawaiian, a little bit of Samoan, I believe. And then my grandmother on my mom's side is, she's Irish and a few other things. We thought we were Indian. We're not American Indian at all. They used to say, Jimmy, you got those high cheekbones. You're probably from India. You probably have American Indian. Nope, that's not what me and 23 told my brother. And who knows if that's correct anyway. And I don't like the fact that they've sold all that data to everybody. They sell your fucking DNA information to people. Right? I'm being cloned. No, what I'm concerned about is I did blood work the other day. By the way, my blood pressure is 128/72. When we first took it, the nurse looked at me and goes, I go, we're taking it again? She goes, yeah, we're going to take it again. Same thing. Nothing's broken. Everything's fine. So my blood pressure is 128/72. We had no American president. Trump is the first and Putin is. We had no American presidents. Trump is the first and Putin is. I get you for sure. Look, the thing about Trump to me is I just wish he would just stop gurgling on fucking Bibi's balls. I mean, Bibi is, and I said it in the beginning, and I'll keep saying it, Bibi is Zelensky. I don't care how it's just, you can just overlap them. We don't need to be getting into any shit, but I like what fucking Trump did. He tried to do the ceasefire, right? And then who broke the ceasefire first? Netanyahu. Trump was not happy with that. He stated it several times. If you watch the beginning of the show today. Is Russia both or not part of the bloodline? That makes sense then. Soviet Union going after stopping Germany. Oh, that makes sense. What's interesting is that people think that Russia's like mostly a lot of Democrats and even Republicans. A lot of people can easily just go to fucking Russia and live there. And who's that? There's a few people that I know that have been to Russia and they're fine. They're just fine. They're eating the purest meats, the purest foods. There's no processed anything. right? I'm surprised. You know, Russia does get a lot of golds at the Olympics. They've got some pretty strong performers, right? But the problem with Russia is they don't have Hawaii, and they don't have Southern California, and they don't have Florida, and they don't have the Gulf of Mexico. If they fucking did, they would be a pretty okay country, bro. If they were smart, what they would do is just kind of work with some of the countries. I did not like that, T. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Love you to death. Love you. But I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying. Just please take your time. We had no American President Trump. Is Russia both are not part of the bloodline is? I did not like that, T. Okay, anyway. I don't know what that means. And I'm getting off pretty soon, by the way. I'm sorry. I've been on for an hour, and I don't want to be on too long. Actually, you know what? If you'd like to come on, show, and if you want to explain anything you're going on, I'm just going to take a break, and I'll come back. How about that? And if anybody else wants to come on and listen, they're welcome to. Don't care. I mean, as long as you're respectful, as long as, you know, I will bet you in the beginning. So if you send me a link, if you say you want to come on, I'm going to go, okay. You can easily go to my Facebook. It's easy to find. I don't hide from anything. I don't wear masks. I don't wear fucking anything. I'm me. It's me. All right. So if you don't come on, don't worry about it. I mean, tomorrow I won't do another show probably until Monday because I'm going out to Arizona for the. I did not like when Trump dropped legal action against Netanyahu. Yeah, Trump. I just said that. I was going over that. There it is. Let me just kind of bring it up. Right here. He's just totally biting on Netanyahu's nuts. It's just fucking crazy. It's. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? I was shocked to hear that the state of Israel, which has just had one of the greatest moments in history and is strongly led by Bibi Netanyahu, is continuing his ridiculous hunt against their great wartime prime minister, Bibi. I mean, the stroking on this is just pathetic. It's like, fuck. Bibi, I don't think, has said anything similar to that about you, Trump. Anything. God, Bibi and I just went through hell together, fighting a very tough and brilliant longtime enemy of Israel, Iran. And Bibi could not have been better, sharper, and stronger in his love for the incredible Holy Land. Anybody else would have suffered losses, embarrassment, and chaos. Bibi Netanyahu was a warrior like perhaps no other warrior in the history of Israel. And the result was something that nobody thought was possible. A complete elimination of potentially one of the biggest and most powerful nuclear weapons anywhere in the world. And it was going to happen soon. We were fighting literally for the survival of Israel. And there is nobody in Israel's history that fought harder and more competently than Bibi, gurgling on his balls. Despite all of this, I just learned that Bibi has been summoned to court on Monday for the continuation of this long-running. He has been going through this horror show since May of 2020. Unheard of. This is the first time a sitting Israel prime minister has been on trial. I don't believe this is Trump talking, honestly. I think this is his little intern putting this bullshit up, because Trump doesn't talk like this. I guarantee that. She said, "Hey, you want this up? Yeah, I'll just fucking put it up." But I don't think you read it. Politically motivated case concerning cigars, bunny dolls, numerous other unfair charges in order to do him great harm. Such a witch hunt for a man who gives so much is unthinkable to me. He deserves much better than this, and so does the state of Israel. Bibi Netanyahu's trial should be canceled immediately, or a pardon given to the great hero who has done so much for the state. Perhaps there is no one that I know who could have worked in better harmony with the President of the United States. Me. No, this is the guy that just pissed you off, remember? You don't remember that? right? I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with fucking Israel. You're not happy. It's with Bibi. I don't. You gotta. I don't know why you keep. The problem with Trump is it's not Israel. It's Bibi. He's the one who fucking controls all the shots, bro. God, what the fuck? In harmony, the United States, to me, then it was the United States, America that saved Israel, and now it's going to be the United States, America that saves Bibi. This travesty of justice cannot be allowed. You know what? I'd like to take all of this and just add Zelensky's name. You know? Just replace all this with Zelensky and Ukraine against, and then Russia, right? I think that pretty much gives you my point. I think that pretty much kind of tells you what's going on here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it. What's the fucking difference? What is the fucking difference, bro? What is the fucking difference? Yeah, I am just gonna fucking go there. Not gonna do it now. But I'm gonna replace all that to show that you might as well just be, Joe Biden would have said all that. He can't fucking say all that. But might as well just be, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. Trump, you might as well just be Mitch McConnell at this point, bro. No, I don't. And by the way, I don't have to fucking agree with everything Trump does. I don't. I just don't have to. I'm an independent, right? I don't want fucking. I know this. I don't want fucking 43-year-old men and overweight men in beards wearing thongs, doing pole dancing, reading sexually explicit content or books to my kids or my kids' the toddlers. What? Let them fucking grow up and experience their own world. Don't just keep that fucking craziness out of the classroom, especially at young, impressionable ages. Just let them grow up, right? Even before conception, there are liberals out there, Demoncratic supporters, that say that while in the womb, a boy can be trans or a boy can be gay. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of reasons people go in different areas. There are some people that go out in that area and they might be, drug addicts and just, I'm going to get, do my drug addict thing. And there's people that just experiment. Maybe they're in a big orgy. Next thing you're like, oh, shit. Okay, well, we're at the orgy. Might as well just keep going. Things fucking happen. People experiment. I get it. But just leave the kids alone. That's one of my things, I'm not against gay marriage and all that shit. I go do your thing. Right? Do your thing. But the silhouette of a woman's body is just... This shit, I just can't get over that. I mean, let me just tell you, though, when I was a younger kid, Sears Roebuck magazines were very important. I think there's a lot of fucking people my age. Look, I'm just saying. I had a Cheryl Tiegs, and then I had Cheryl Tiegs poster. What I have? Farrah Fawcett's poster in my room. I had a Farrah Fawcett. That was not good. Anyway, we are the bitches for Israel. Yeah. We are the bitches for Israel. That's what I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. MAGA's sick of it. Ted Cruz isn't sick of it. Mitch McConnell isn't sick of it. Fucking most of the Democrats aren't sick of it. But when you have the Democratic, what's interesting is most of the Democratic Party is like, yes, let's go fucking get Iran because they've been trying to start that war forever. And then fucking Trump just sends the missiles out because he's trying to whatever stop or just give them, hey, we're going to stop doing this. But the thing is Bibi said, fuck you. He kicked Trump in the nuts. Look, and I hope you're listening because I'm going to end with this. Mr. President Donald John Trump Jr. Stop being played. Stop being manipulated. Just sit back for a little bit. Netanyahu isn't worth it. Their country is. The people are. Right? Just like, Gaza, Palestine. They're people. They're worth saving. Men, women, children. But Bibi's not worth your time and effort. Just like Zelensky is not worth our time and interest. And all the other man-made, we've made a lot of these fuckers. I just got to say that. And I would not be surprised if a lot of these wars are and all this fucking genocide and all this poison crap and Auschwitz, Nazism, Aryan nation type fucking depopulation, endgame, kill 2/3 of the planet's population people. They're out there. Yeah. Anyway, just sit back. Just tell everybody, get the fuck out of get the hell out of the office. I need some time. Right? Netanyahu just kicked you in the nuts and laughed in your face at the same time. You wanted the ceasefire, he broke that immediately. He was the first one. He was the first one to do it. The people around you really need to be careful. He does not need to be worried about the Dems. He should worry about the cabinet. He needs to. Yeah, that's why they're not exposing the Epstein files, is because Marco Rubio, thank you, I should have brought that up, is definitely and possibly and many other Israel supporters on the Epstein list. Pedophile predators. Just read it right here. Trump does not need to be worried about Dems. Yeah, he does. Dems are probably the greatest threat to this country, for sure. But Marco Rubio was, in my opinion, just a terrible pick. And I said that from the very beginning. JFK is cool. Tussie's cool. There's a few other. I like Holman. The guy's a fucking brute. He's just securing the fuck out of the border after 20 million of them, whoever people came in. Fuck, crazy in the past 3.5, 4 years. Like I said, the average used to be for the past few decades, 500,000 a year, maybe 400,000 per year. And then the past 3 years, it's been 4.5 or something like that. Almost 4 million per year. It's crazy. And we paid for everything, for all of their shit. Fucking crazy. There's so many homeless people. So many veterans being fucked over, still to this day. I had to take a week off back in March because we were laid off because we had... I'm going to do a show on this. This is a good one. And I'll make it a short one. I called the Monday after the week we were off because we had spring break. And I talked to a girl who said, "Oh, you want to file your claim for the previous week?" "Yes, I do." She goes, "Oh, it looks like you didn't reactivate." And I said, "Okay. Yeah, Israel has free healthcare." Da, da, da. But anyway, and she said that I'd need to wait and do an appeal. And I'm like, why do I need to appeal? I mean, if I could have pre-activated like a week ago, I didn't know. It didn't, the letter that we give or sent, "Hey, you're going to be laid off for a week." Well, I come to find out that's bullshit. And I called again today, and I've called several different times. I've talked to the highest people. I've gotten in touch with my senator, my state senator, in regards to this entire process. And they want to deny me the money that's owed to me just because I didn't reactivate, which they could have done over the phone, which I reconfirmed again today. But this lady the other day was telling me, no, they have to do the appeals first. But why? When everybody else is telling me when I call them, you can activate. I can just do it here. I can activate you and then just take your claim. That's actually basically what happened last time. This is fucking ridiculous. It is such ridiculousness. Sadly here, the unemployment is terrible. And, well, anyway, the reason why I'm going to my meeting out in Arizona is I just can't be pinching pennies anymore. I just can't. I'm worth more. I can do more. I need to focus more. Just letting you guys know that my focus now in the future will be more on helping people with their insurance policies, with their annuities, with their long-term care, with their Medicare, and other things like that. That's what's going to be my focus. Of course, I'll still be working at the college. I've been there almost 2 years now. Haven't missed a fucking day of work. That happened in my old job and my job before that. I don't miss work. I've never missed a day of work. Right? I've never had I've had one sick day, I think, 4.5 years ago. Yeah, I'm that guy. I just show up, man. If you need me, I'll show up. If you need me, I will show up. I'm telling you right now. All you have to do is just say, "I need you," and I'll show up. It's that simple. Right? Especially for money. But, if I have feelings for you, I'm going to definitely show up for you, for sure. And I have feelings for all of you, by the way. All of you. Yeah. Israel's free healthcare. It's like another slap in the face over here. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. All this savings and all this fraud and abuse and nobody's seeing anything happen. There was a guy, I forgot his name, but he's saying, so all the money that we're saving, that we're actually recovering and saving from all this waste and abuse, could be trillions after it's all said and done. How come we aren't getting that back? Because we overpaid. Our money was stolen and taken from us. We should be reimbursed. Right? It's weird. We have a FICO score. Why do we have a FICO score when our own country and government frivolously spends money like it's fucking just falling out of their ass? There's no cap. God, that's just crazy. Just lunacy. And everybody's good with it. Everybody just, that's America. No. Matt Gaetz says no. He wants single line fucking legislation. That's probably the greatest idea on the planet, especially in this country. But for some reason, he's not where he needs to be in helping Trump. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I got a few things to do tonight. Yeah, bro. Donnie. He's embarrassing you. Dear Donald Trump, Netanyahu is making you look like a little bitch. Signed, MAGA, Maha, Masa, and everybody else that voted for you. Aloha.